Hello. Hello.
And so the adventure began. The Yoshi set out to find the super happy tree friends. Poochie the dog helped out. Not even elephants could stop the Yoshis. No one could. So far, so good. If they could stay happy, the tree would be saved.
You could save them, Philip.
The page turned. The Yoshis grew happier.
The plot of this game is that holy shit. Holy fuck.
This game's pretty cool. Let's play Xenoblade.
That was metal as fuck. Hey, save your game.
I don't even know how.
Press suspend menu. From this point. Alright, Xenoblade.
Dragon Ball FighterZ is halfway done.
Whoa. For those who don't know, if you want your coins for your Nintendo thing, you gotta get Dragon Ball FighterZ and open it and then close it. Oh, right. I gotta put the game in first. Of course. The only thing that's in right now is Shin Megami Tensei 5. Of course.
Of course.
Where is it? Put it at, go in the thing. Go in the thing.
Why is it called Machine Girl? Where's the girl? Where's the machine? All I hear is music.
I feel the rage.
This is bullshit.
I feel the rage within the machine. Do
you feel rage against the machine?
Apparently you do.
Got him. He did get me.
Okay, we are done. Okay, mode. Him.
Me.
Want some me in here as well. Philip has a chair now.
Yeah, I wasn't sitting on a chair before. I was levitating.
Yeah, this whole time he was floating. But Doug Prep Course died 8 years ago. And that whole time it's just me sitting there with like a floating chair.
Fuck. And I disappear.
Keep on trucking. All right, let's turn on the sound. Okay.
I'm gonna stream some Blino's Aid.
I love Blino's Aid.
So I know things have been crazy because, you know, we've been streaming Danganronpa and that's been a, you know, Danganronpa, but so just for everyone who forgot what happened last time on Xenoblade, let's recap.
Juju died.
Juju died.
We are inside the Bionis balls.
The audio's fucked.
Already?
It's all fuzzy.
I'm gonna kill him.
You always do. You always know how to kill him. That's why you're the best in the business. Yeah, and while you're at Micro Center, be like, hey, do you guys have any capture cards?
Honestly, yeah. Jacob recommended a model that goes on sale a lot, so... Okay. Should be good. Xenoblade on a Tuesday simulator! Are you ready to go in Minecraft?
Yeah.
You ready to Minecraft up?
Yeah. Wait, Minecraft?
Yeah, we're going underground.
We're going underground?
Yeah, you're in the Bionis ball.
Oh, I forgot I'm in the ether mine.
The Bionis
right, because
balls!
Okay, I actually just remembered what happened. Juju didn't die. Spoilers. He was taken by that fucking Mechon. Yo, Mr. White, hop on Call of Duty.
God damn it, Jesse, I told you not to call me here. My wife can't let you know, can't know that I'm a gamer.
William, can I have a separate Joy-Con?
You want a different Joy-Con?
Yeah.
Is it leaning?
Yeah.
Which one?
Why does it hurt? I think it's the pink one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's the one that makes me walk.
Alright, hand me it. Hand me the Joy-Con, Jesser. Hi, Firewall.
Hey, Firewall. What's going on? So William, I hate to be the one to bring this up because it's kind of awkward, but
What? It's dead, isn't it?
we need to spin the wheel.
You're right. I was so scared. I was so terrified.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cause you anxiety.
I was so terrified. He's gonna say something scary to me. Like,
No, no.
I'm never streaming with you.
No. No.
Okay, let's spin the wheel of names. All right, who are you playing as today? That's a great question. Tap this. No, hold on. This doesn't count. I pressed it by accident. This does not. You get to press it.
Let's see what the oh, Shartla is what came up. So I'm guessing that's the false. All right, so that was just a remove.
It was just a prank.
Oh no, I removed Sharla.
You didn't put her back.
How? Hang on, I can figure this out.
Zoom out a bit for the webcam. Ugh.
All right,
Okay,
spinning it for real this time.
what does the wheel say? Shartla! Yay!
Well, luckily I like playing as her. Woo! We're sharding today.
Yay! Okay, once you get Duncan, I'll add him in, and then you can spin again.
I like that I just don't get Shulk anymore.
Shulk is a privilege.
It really is.
Duncan. Alright, Duncan is in.
Is that a window reveal?
Is that a window? Oh shit! They know. They see
William, they're gonna know where you live now.
They know where I live. They know my location.
Well, thanks for watching the stream, everybody. We're gonna get hunted down now.
They know where I live.
There you go. I was like, what the fuck happened to the? It's back now.
What's back?
The camera. It was like.
Welcome,
Drunk Vang.
welcome to the mine shaft.
No. I wasn't feeling it, guys. I'm so sorry.
Okay, this time, yeah.
This time though, yeah.
Here, use metal blast. You're gonna want to pop that immediately, so then, yeah, Ryan can do that.
Oh, because then we can damage it. Okay.
Yeah.
God.
But you're asking how we are.
I can successfully track down your address and IP address, William, from those 6 pixels that make up your window.
Fuck. They know where I am.
Wow, firewalls from 4chan, it turns out.
They know where I am.
Firewall, I hope you're doing well.
I'm okay. Animus, I posted a link to Philip's matches he had in the local.
Oh yeah, I still need to watch those.
I didn't get to go to my fighting game local because my sleep schedule is still fucky, and it makes me sad.
Guys?
They're going all the way around.
Oh my god.
They're the.
I was wondering what that was all about. Yeah, hopefully your sleep is a little bit better now.
I'm gonna be beginning my next phase of my phasing out one of my antidepressants, which is fun.
Yeah, 'twill be very fun. Oh, I can just point at someone and be like, raise the tension. That's interesting.
Yeah, now you're hot.
Wait, it raises my tension?
No, it raises the tension you select, I think.
Oh, okay. Think I can make that?
No.
Yeah, you're right.
Nope. Absolutely not.
If this game were a platformer, I'd be able to make that.
It kind of has some platformy stuff. It's just not really that great.
That's true. You can't see me.
Who wants some? Not me.
Shoot him! I'm not here.
I could really do with a shower right now.
Man, what a bunch of jokers. Let's stay
Trying to get into Warhammer because I like building the models. Have fun with Warhammer.
Yeah, good luck getting into it.
Because Warhammer is interesting, I guess. I've never interacted with Warhammer before, but I've interacted with their fans.
Cool. Someone we know?
No.
You mean just online?
Yeah.
What are they like?
Run the gambit a bit.
Ryan, don't jump the gun now. This place
That
is
bad, huh?
on us.
Let's keep this up. Man, what a bunch of jokers.
I don't really have a hard, definitive thing I could say about them. The boss in there.
Oh shit.
Looks like we're calling it.
It'll be alright. Go ahead and fire up Rhine.
Don't give him an inch, Ryan.
And shield bullet. Shield Rhine.
Flying Commander.
Everybody listen up!
Looks like we're calling the shots here.
No one to heal, no one's taking damage.
Then
We're
cool
too
off-
good.
Then cool off again or something.
True. Everyone's tense.
Do it again. There's another stage, you know. They have to do. You could be on fire.
Oh shit. Forgot about that. Chain attack him, I don't care!
He's gonna die in one shot.
Woo!
Can't be as bad as Asuka fans. Oh man, man.
I should feel like I should watch. That's Evangelion character, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I should watch Evangelion just so I know what the fuck you guys are ever talking about.
Warhammer is essentially a tabletop RPG. There's some games around it too. that I've seen.
I honestly did not know that Warhammer was a tabletop RPG. I thought that was just a series of games, so that's new to me.
Well, there's Warhammer figurines. Those exist.
Looks like we're calling the shots here.
I'm a beat.
Good to go.
Damn, that was a slasher to the back. Damn, that was an edge of the shaker.
This place
I don't know why you just air slash. Probably ran out of moves to use.
Let's not lose our heads though.
Wait a
Just to
second.
do damage, you know. Yeah, you need models to play. Yep.
Oh, okay, I see.
Thinking about making pineapple pizza later tonight.
Yeah,
Thinking about throwing that shit in.
fair.
I watched Jello Apocalypse, one of his streams, and he talked about how the difference between people that like pineapple pizza is really just how people prepare it. In his opinion, pineapple on pizza is best made when the pineapple is fresh and they're like little small like cuts of it spread throughout the pizza and not like, you know, slices. Are you mad? No, I'm okay.
I disagree with that.
Really?
Yep.
You don't like how do you like your pineapple on pizza?
Anyway,
He's just
I don't think I've ever eaten. I am being contrarian. I think that you could argue that about a lot of foods, though. That it kind of just depends. Because I'm a picky eater, but sometimes I'll eat something that I don't like, but I like the meal or whatever that even though it includes something I don't like because of the way it's prepared. Sometimes it's subtle, sometimes it's cooked a different way or marinated or whatever. Like
Oh.
it really can change the way you look at a food.
the point is that pineapple is best served like they're little mini like gushing like little gushers, not like actual gushers, but you know, little mini gushers on a pizza. Kind of like so when you bite into those little small little bits of pineapple, you just hear just like juice. You got some savory in there, some sweet. I agree. It's nice. And that when he said that, it's like that is literally exactly how I prepare it. I just cut up all those like those fresh cut pineapple slices and throw that shit on the pizza.
Yeah, it does sound pretty good, honestly. Damn, now I want some pizza, even though I've eaten it like twice in the past few days.
Yeah.
This place is going easy on us.
Cool. Let's keep this up. Man, what a bunch of jokers.
This is the easiest Charla run ever. Just don't have to do jack shit.
Yeah, this is pretty great, honestly.
Just sit there, cool off.
They made Warhammer games, but they're mostly shooters, which makes sense because the turn order of the tabletop game is basically charge, shoot, close, combat. Charge, shoot, close combat, pass. Okay. That's funny because the only Warhammer games I know about are like, I feel like they're like action games or like action RPGs or maybe just RPGs. So
There's a new one that
the
Star
40,000 one, for example.
There's a new game out, kind of recent that Star played with Jerma.
Star's been talking about getting into Warhammer, but because he said it was kind of interesting, but at the same time he's like, eh. So I think he's been putting it off. God, there's so many fuckers. Jesus Christ.
Excellent. Well, let us know how that's going. It seems the summer update for TF2 is kind of like slowed down a bit.
Get this done and dusted.
We haven't heard much about it. But that's because people, they've played TF2 and they're just having a nice time. Usually with TF2, they have to.
Jesus Christ.
Holy fuck, Jesus.
I keep accidentally pressing ZL.
Usually with the TF2 team, or not team, like content creators, they have to really milk that cash cow of views. They have like a die-hard fan base that only watch TF2 videos, so like, you'll know when people are like starting to complain about TF2.
You have to learn how to paint if you want to get into the hobby since the models are unpainted.
Yep.
I mean, you don't have to. You can just have a bunch of blank models. They'll just look weird. I feel like that kind of thing, though, model creation is kind of part of the fun of the tabletop shit anyway, though, so. That'll definitely give you something to do, something to put some time into. Can you imagine going to war with a hammer?
I can.
I think it would be kind of...
Oh, you need to open the door.
Story's cool. There might be a switch to open the door at the observation point at the end of Test Pit 4. I know where that is. I don't know where that is.
Do you?
Knowledge check. Look, a blue.
It's blue.
Hey, that was the thing. I said I can make this, and you told me I couldn't, and you were right. I made it in the end, just an alternate path. Oh, fuck.
You gotta keep going around. This fine world, it keeps spinning around. I've been a pilot.
Where the fuck do you...
A prophet.
Do you just...
I think you go this way.
Go
Here, no.
that?
Oh, no, go,
This?
go up that way.
Did I already get that?
Go
I
up
already
this
got
way.
that. Oh, I see. You just takes you
Walk
around.
on over here and
Alright.
it takes you to the other side.
Walking around the map.
Just walking around and just walking in a circle.
Hey, it's the observation point outside of Test Pit 4. I told you I knew where it was. Where the fuck am I? What is this? A generator?
The Bionis D or some shit. I don't know.
Does everyone's dick have an engine in it?
I have a pleasure-driven.
For the record, I have a V8 under my pants.
I have a pleasure-driven piston.
Vroom vroom, motherfucker.
Would you like to go golfing? Would you like to go to the grocery store? Would you like to go to the petting zoo? You need to put commas in there. I don't know if they're all mutually exclusive or not. They are not. Well, now I'm interested.
I did it. Well, what if I just jumped?
Probably die.
Oh, they wouldn't let me. That won't stop me.
Welcome to the Minecraft.
Oh no, the rail. Yes.
Oh, you're so dead.
I have to find a way to kill myself.
You were so dead.
Love him.
I looked at Charlotte's back in my brain for a second. Wait, it's like, is that Ryan?
To be fair, he alley-ooped He did alley-oop earlier on his own. The AI alley-oop. I don't know where it sent me. I'm not
All
gonna
the way
lie.
back.
Well, that's handy.
Alley-oop.
Because technically, I can just... Actually, can I warp to the point I was just at?
Nope. Not
Where
yet.
the fuck? Oh, it was down here.
You have to walk all the way back
this
down.
is where I just was, kind of.
You're at
And then I
the
went this way.
you're at the observation.
So I need to
point.
go here
Jump
to
the
this door.
Yes. No.
Alley-oop.
Alley-oop. Alley-oop. Gotta go down that main path on the right there. 'Cause it looks like the thicker one, I think.
You're the thicker one.
What?
I'm not sure what I mean by that.
What?
Take it back. For legal purposes, that was a joke.
That was a joke, lads.
Small fry. Yeah.
Minecraft. You've made it to the end of Minecraft. Now enter huge craft.
Either mine. Either what?
Either or?
Oh, I get it. As an ether ore. That's funny.
Didn't even try to do that too. The central peak.
His scrotum.
That's my stomach.
Where are they all? I don't see anyone.
We'll take that lift.
I'm ready to mash some mech on. Yeah. Juju, Atharon, just hold on.
Where did Otharon go?
I don't know.
Just took off without us?
That's a good question.
Where's Gaddle?
Where is Athoron? The door wasn't open. The door wasn't activated. How did he get there?
Maybe he shut it off and forgot about us.
It's like why would you shut it off after going forward?
Who knows? He was in such a hurry, there'd be no reason for him to, really. This music reminds me of that one Portal song. One goes like doo 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 doo. The one in the underground Aperture Science when you start hearing Cave Johnson talk to you.
I'm Cave Johnson. Did you know asbestos is made up entirely in our lives? You are eating asbestos right now.
No, it's-
the portal gun is made of asbestos.
It's true, I invented it. It was actually in your test subject contract.
It says, do you love asbestos? Because you will after this.
But don't worry, we here at Aperture Science know everything about loopholes, so you can send it to this. We guarantee it. Fire it up.
With all the model kits, you don't have to paint them if you don't want to, because the pieces you build with their Warhammer models are the only model kits I can think of at the top of my head that are gray.
Makes sense.
Nice job. Good thing I'm here. No? Anyone?
Look at them, they're just standing there.
Menacingly.
Standing guard.
Let's get this done and dusted.
This one's
Hmm.
Don't get careless, guys.
Now!
But what if I was evil?
Scary. Maybe if I fire up Shulk, he'll be like, Monado enchant.
Getting hotter. You don't need to tell me. Good to go. No way.
Cave Johnson says that you could get used to lung cancer.
Hi, Cave Johnson here. I smoke 3 packs of cigarettes a day.
Welcome to the Enrichment Center.
Here.
Powering up. We can definitely do this.
My doctor prescribed the cigarettes to help against the asbestos addiction.
I keep pressing fucking ZL.
Unfortunately, I now have lung cancer.
Good news is I feel amazing. Bad news is I've cut my life by about 20 years.
Let's get this done and dusted.
Don't get careless, guys. This won't take long.
Range on that.
It's a sniper rifle.
Oh, leave me alone.
Camouflage.
I'm not here. I literally probably should have used the... Okay, it's fine.
They're coming in droves.
What is going on?
Where's Ryan?
I don't know. Why Shulk on the bridge?
Did he fall?
I hope not. That would be bad. Am I gonna fall?
Thanks.
Okay.
Goodbye, Phil.
This is the last one.
Alright.
Gado.
Hey, look, Shulk's there.
I hope you like running all the way back. I don't actually. I don't know where
It
you
is
are.
I, Cave Johnson. After a long battle with lung cancer, I decided to start my very own drug empire. He would do that.
I'm going to go under the name of Heisenberg. Yeah, how's Breaking Bad? You gonna need any farther?
Well, he did start with a Breaking Bad meme, so I would assume he's going strong.
Heisenberger. So the in Pikmin there is an enemy called the Wally Hop, and previously it had a name change this recently because it has a European slur in it in the original name. So, because Wally Hop is just so interchangeable, I just started calling them Wally Whoppers. And it has ruined Jacob's brain, and he's like, I love Wally Whoppers. Wasn't Heisenberg a Nazi? Not even being pejorative. I mean, like the historical figure Heisenberg. I don't know.
A German scientist, maybe. I can't really remember. Oh, I got a Earth cylinder from that. That's kind of cool. What if I like shot you?
Successfully.
We got Drywall Fighters, baby!
Hey, real quick,
Hang on, I'm in the middle of a fight.
I'm gonna reset the audio again.
Everyone's talking at once, Jesus.
I'm sorry, guys. I just watched Oppenheimer and saw Heisenberg, the German scientist.
Let's keep this up.
Oppenheimer. I hear that movie was good in a very, like,
Get this done and dusted.
Don't get careless.
it made it almost too historically accurate to the point that it was a little much. But I hear it was good.
What do you mean by a little much? Did it have like slurs?
No, people were complaining that like there are very few like females in the entire movie and they have very minor roles and shit like that.
Meanwhile, Barbie is out.
Meanwhile, Barbie, Shin Barbenheimer,
Shit, Barbenheimer Bros too. I've seen Shin Kamen Rider. That was pretty fun.
yeah, that's good.
We're starting to look like a team.
I wish there was more blood. It's so funny. The movie starts out and he goes in the Kamen Rider suit and he punches the minions, like his little henchmen, and just the literal blood and guts just start coming out of him. I'm like, holy fuck.
That's awesome.
It's like it just starts up like on a full throttle. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then, you know, anytime there's more like henchmen, you don't see that blood and guts come up until like near the end. Shin Kamen Rider produced by Hideaki Anno? Yeah. Shin Kamen Rider produced by the guy that made Evangelion, so topical.
Dan Barbaranpa.
Darn Barbenrampa, say my name.
Ultra Despair Barbie.
Going easy on us.
This Barbie caused the ultimate despair. And it's just Junko.
Junko is a Barbie.
Oh my god. Evil Barbie.
Especially by the end of Danganronpa 2.
Chaotic evil Barbie.
Just watch out for Mukuro Kusama.
The ultimate Barbie.
The 16th Barbie.
Let's get this done and dusted.
Well, you can't see me. Second of all, Ryan is fucking mad. Let's go. Toppled and doppled. Well done. Oh,
It was cool
cool down, I
down.
guess.
Got nothing else to
Fucking
do.
cool off, baby. Cool off, baby. Cool off, Barbie.
I want to watch Barbie. It looks like fun, but I don't want to do it alone.
Why not?
Because I don't want to go to like a theater, right, and watch Barbie alone. And then there's like one of my friends, two of my friends tried to watch Barbie, right? And they said, okay, we're gonna watch Barbie, and this theater is probably looks like it's gonna be empty because no one's else reserving their seats.
Is anything gonna hit me?
Big mistake, by the way. So it comes. So these two friends, Daryl and Clive. Daryl and Clive then go.
Do I know these people?
Yes. Daryl and Clyde then go to the theater, right, to see Barbie, and they sit down in their seats, and then after they sit down, they're sitting there for a while. Just a whole school bus of little girls come into the theater.
That's hilarious.
And like after that happens, they're like they just abandoned ship.
Really?
Left the theater they paid for. It's like, nah, I'm not dealing with that. It's too embarrassing.
Why?
I don't know.
I think that's funny.
One ticket for Barbie. William by himself.
I would totally do that. I mean, who else is going to watch Barbie other than girls? Like when it comes to the children.
I don't know.
I mean, you kind of just gotta take it. What the fuck am I doing? I'm raising attention.
Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh.
Reload faster! I feel like I'm on that Super Monkey Ball level or something with all this shit pushing me around. Uh-oh. I've been spotted.
So you're gonna stay on that ramp and not go any higher.
Yeah, that's the plan. Oh, I actually wanted to heal myself, but that's okay. Heal myself instead. And then I'll pretend I don't exist. And then I'll shield Rhyme. And then it actually pushed me forward. Fucking scared me. I was like, why is the camera moved?
It's because the big fan.
Do you want to go watch Barbie, William?
I don't know. What, maybe. I need money first. It wouldn't be until after Friday.
So do I. It wouldn't be, for me, it wouldn't be until like the 15th or 16th.
Did Nintendo buy Monolith Soft? I'm sure, honestly, because they only really have been producing stuff under Nintendo since Xenoblade Chronicles 1.
If so, that would mean that they would have been under Nintendo for a while, though, yeah?
I mean, yeah, actually, because that would have been through the Wii U, and then now
The
Switch.
Wii, even.
Yeah. Well, okay, so here's the thing. They are the Xeno franchise people,
Yeah.
period. So that started with Xenogears that was underneath Square Enix. And then it moved on to Xenosaga, which then went under to Capcom. And now, if Monolith Soft is now owned by Nintendo, that would mean this is yeah, 3 different companies for this whole series. They are all within the same universe apparently, or at least they're all connected via various methods, various ways.
Right.
I can't wait for Xenoblade 2 actually. Xenoblade 2 will be a fun little game to play.
You said you were considering skipping Xenoblade 2 for the Xenoblade 3.
Yeah, it's because Xenoblade 2 is like, man, it's a lot more casual than this one. It was Namco first, but now it's Nintendo. Okay.
What do you mean it's more casual?
So it's got a lot more anime tropey stuff, like beach episode stuff, spa.
Dude, we played fucking Danganronpa on stream?
I don't know.
And you're gonna shape out on Xenoblade 2?
I don't know. Okay, Danganronpa is at least fucking like silly and like it's like gaudy and dramatic.
Oh shit.
You know.
Okay, I guess that's fair. Are you saying that is Xenoblade 2 just like cheesy as shit or something?
Yeah. Xenoblade 2 is very cheesy.
Should I just play it on my own time?
Maybe. I mean, there's some cool things about Xenoblade 2 I genuinely like. But
I mean, we could just talk about it after I play it.
Xenoblade 3 is awesome. It's pretty great, pretty amazing, pretty like their best games.
We could here's we could play Xenoblade 1 and then take a break while I play Xenoblade 2 and then play something else and then come back for Xenoblade 3.
It depends if the Persona remake
just
comes
play
up.
fucking Nocturne.
Play Nocturne again? No.
Did we play on stream?
We played Nocturne on stream, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was
Never mind.
before SMT4.
What about
A good amount of women work at Monolith Soft compared to other companies. Yeah, these silly teenagers stabbing each other in the back at every chance. Yeah, there's female employees at Monolith Soft.
I mean, that does sound like a good thing.
So there's a lot. There's a bit of contention with Xenoblade 2 when it first launched, because it was like off the heels of Gamergate era YouTube. Well, not off the heels, but the residual Gamergate era where people were like backlashing against feminism stuff. Oh no! Because of like the Nidhi Shikizi and stuff, and then all that garbage. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into that. You all lived through it. You know. So basically, a lot of question came into the character designs of Xenoblade 2, especially Pyra. So like there's a lot of questionable stuff about.
I feel like you can tell everything you need to know about Xenoblade 2's like art style just by looking at it. Like, you don't. There's no like deep searching. It's like very surface level stuff.
Yeah. It's comparatively, Rex, the character you play as, has like kind of a thoughtful design because he's like a salvager, and that's what his visual design is based off of, is someone that goes spelunking and picks up like stuff underneath the cloud seas. And then Xenoblade, like not Xenoblade 2, Pyra's design is just kind of whatever. There's no, I'm pretty we don't really have much notes compared to that. This came from like the art book.
You know what that means? I can jump off and kill myself again.
In a way, you could say Xenoblade 2 has a really good story. all two of them. Two big stories. Actually, there's Pyra and Mithra, so there's 4 stories. Anyway. Garbage joke aside. It's not just Pyra, too. There are some other female characters that are very, like... Some people have interpreted as, like, trying to be eye candy-ish and all that stuff. And the waters of trying to discern what can be allowed sexuality in like media is kind of well muddy. I think I mentioned muddy, but because there's the problem of like the sex sells environment versus, well, we just want sexy stuff in our media sometimes environment, but it's disproportionately for the female body than it is the male body and all that stuff. And there's people that have done this conversation better, but...
Well, I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of male gamers.
Yeah.
Gaming is not as female-centric as it is male-centric, so I think it's usually just a result of, like, people catering more to the numbers than anything else.
But, you know, if you cater to the numbers, then you kind of perpetuate it. You know, you feed the environment. You're not, like, if you don't have any male eye candy, then you're not, like, making a space for female gamers.
I don't know.
I mean, that's for hetero, I guess, female gamers.
It's not even that. I just don't know that, like, okay, gaming is a thing where, like, now it is more universal than ever, right? But there's still a lot of people that don't play games. They just don't, right? And a good portion of those people that don't play are girls and women. It is really just more of an audience thing. I don't know why that is, but that's just kind of how it is.
I don't know. I don't think that's super true, but
if you can find me
I feel like that depends on like when you start asking the definition of gamer, because you know, mobile games became a thing. People can gatekeep and say, well, mobile games aren't real games.
Well, I mean, mobile games are real games.
So I mean, your mom could be gamers.
Well, my mom is definitely a gamer.
My mom's played Candy Crush a lot, so you know, she's a gamer.
But I mean, you know, like,
My mom was a gamer.
I guess when I say gamer, I mean more of like plays games in the way that we do, right? Actively seeks them out, owns consoles or PC games, and spends a good amount of time doing that. Not like consistently, but at least on occasion, right? Like, there's a lot of people that are very like a casual gamer, and that can include mobile games, but it can also be outside of it.
Hold on, I want to read this. I want to read these.
Gaming is an expensive hobby.
No, I
yeah,
want to read them.
it's true.
Okay, I'm gonna catch up. Catching up from comments earlier, yeah, Mithra was censored in Smash. They gave her tights, and to be honest, they made the design better.
Mithra's censored in Smash?
Yes,
I didn't even notice.
She initially, her legs bare naked. pretty awesome. I liked the legs. I like legs. But,
Understandable.
you know, if you want to censor the design a bit, put more clothes. They did the tasteful thing. They just put like some stockings on it, and it looks nice. Pyra's design might need like a bit of an overhaul if you're gonna try censoring it, because they gave her like some sort of like in Smash, you know, when her DLC came out, they gave her like some sort of like netting or whatever for her hips. It's just weird. They should have just given her like a little skirt or something. I feel like a skirt would have been better than the booty shorts. And then that was also Mithra's censor was also added as an optional costume in Xenoblade 2, where you can get it in the, I think it's both the base game and then also the Torna Golden Country DLC.
Cool. Let's keep this
Whew. Okay, and then it's not the male eye candy. Yes, Xenoblade 1 is close to being pretty okay.
We've got Dunban and Ryan.
It's okay. So here's
The boys.
Here's the thing. You can make people naked, and that's a pretty okay strategy because Dunban has the naked Dunban strat, and
Yeah, it feeds itself.
everyone can be naked for one, and
Nudist beat you.
everyone can be naked. That's one thing. But Charla's costumes are very, very open versus like Ryan's costumes that are very bulky or like Shulk's. Like, I don't know. I feel like I feel this is a me thing. Like I feel like it's a bit more sexualized than something that's like respectable. But that type of conversation isn't. How do I say? I think those are reflections of what I think. I don't know if they're like completely 100%.
You know what?
Like a law.
I'd like to play the game, and you know, at the end of it, after seeing all the costumes and customizing the characters like 20 times over the course of the game, I'd like to weigh my opinion on it. That way I can be like, no, you're right, or no, that's bullshit, and here's why. I think it'd be an interesting topic at the end of the game.
So that, and then multiple female characters, their entire like their not personality, but their story arc are based on how they feel about a man or whatever. So Charla is looking for Gato, and then later we get this is a bit of a spoiler, we get a Mechon lady that's trying to worry about her brother. I mean, conversely, Shulk is mad about Fiora, but Melia is also obsessed with Shulk, so, and then Fiora is obsessed with Shulk, so it's not great. It's pretty close to like some sort of gender equilibrium, but it's still kind of bent in the traditional like for male audience type of thing. Okay, and then continuing, built like the white guy from Guilty Gear. Do you mean Soul Bad Guy?
There's a lot of white guys in Guilty Gear.
There's a lot of big white guys. I'm thinking Soul Bad Guy or Gold Lewis Dickinson.
Not fucking Leo or Slayer.
Oh yeah, Leo. I mean Slayer. I think it's like Strive or whatever. But yeah, I completely forgot Guilty Gear as a franchise versus just Strive. And yeah, it is expensive. Unless you you start pirating and or emulating. Then it's workable. It's also the fact that gaming is a medium that still yeah, it definitely appeals a lot to men. The argument I was making like earlier though is like if you don't make spaces like games for ladies, then you can't just go and say, well, gaming is only a space for men because there's no games for women. It's because no one makes them, and every time they try to make them, they don't sell.
Well, that's the thing. There's not really demand for it.
If no one makes them, then the audience isn't going to be made, and then you're never going to get there.
Yeah, but maybe the audience is just marginal for whatever fucking reason.
Well, why isn't it marginal if they don't get a space?
Well, for one, a lot of gaming is very market-based. So right at the moment, if it doesn't sell, sometimes it just won't get made.
Ubisoft. Ooh, I heard a ding. So, double ding.
What kind of ding?
You gotta level up.
Oh, sick.
It's also the fact that games men and women play very rarely overlap. I mean, if it's an MMO, it does. But kinda, yeah.
So,
I mean, there's Animal Crossing.
here's an interesting thing. The Rubik's Cube community is very male. That's not to say that there aren't women, females, girls, whatever, of like all ages, shapes, sizes, from like different countries that like Rubik's Cube. Rubik's Cubing, very mostly male. Why? The only like thing that people even kind of remotely can figure out is that for whatever reason, males on average have more common, more concrete, or more obvious spatial reasoning skills than females. For whatever reason.
I don't know, that sounds close to turfy stuff.
Well, I mean, that's just what I've read, and I mean, honestly, that's the only thing that I've even remotely seen. I can kind of believe it. I mean, males and females are different in some ways. It affects the way that they think and the way they see the world.
Well, I mean,
so there might be something to that.
Well, that's ignoring, you know, people that are born a gender can't, like, become, like, the gender they wanted to be in the originally.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Sounds unethical argument, but fair. That's what I'm saying. It kind of sounds turfy. Usually,
I don't know what that means.
You know, trans exclusive radical feminist. So around fuck, was it when does this shit start popping up? Well, point is, kind of arguments that dictate that gender has specific structures and they cannot be broken. Like, men are good for this one thing and then women are do this thing. It's kind of restrictive to the to each gender, and it doesn't allow for like fluidity between them, for letting them to experiment and be different.
I guess that's fair.
Like, for instance, like the longest time, a lot of the fighting game community was male dominated. But, you know, it's bigger, so there's like a lot more people that can work with it. And then you don't know how much of the fighting game community was really welcoming to girls in the first place. Like, there were multiple different what is it? Not allegations. Like a big not scam. Like a big problems that came out of some recent years from the fighting game community when they start to detox players. Like, for instance, during the Smash one, they had a bunch of people come out about sexual allegations to other players and stuff like that. I don't know. There's a lot more nuance than just saying like X gender is better at one thing than the other, when there could be like different things involving how well a gendered person is taken with community itself and some other stuff.
Oh.
But hey, Xenoblade is pretty cool.
Xenoblade's cringe. Let's talk about gender more.
Let's talk about gender. I'm
level up like twice in here.
I'm not the resource for this. I'm a cis white guy that has to learn like where not to step. So
I think you can make partial observations and they can be somewhat valid. I understand if you're like, yeah, I'm gonna have my own biases for my life experience because maybe I haven't had to deal with things that other people haven't. But I mean, you can still ultimately weigh in as long as you keep that in mind.
I do wonder how much of it has to do with the medium not being welcome to X gender or just simply the lack of interest. It's funny, guys. I censored the simply part, but it is partially because of Twitch.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
It's like, it's kind of interesting because it's like the Barbenheimer thing comes back up because it is a small microcosm study of gender. Because, you know, you have a movie that is marketed towards a mostly female audience, but it does have stuff, you know, for male audiences to watch. And, you know, you can watch the movie without, like, you know, needing to go with it for your girlfriend or whatever, but like, I want to watch it. It's just,
Go watch it then.
it's just societal expectations. of-
Fuck societal expectations.
See?
Don't you literally talk them down all the time?
I do.
Fucking go watch a movie.
I do, but
Be the change you want to see, William.
But sometimes it's hard to break free of those because, you know, you'll be like scarred mentally from things like bullying over the years, or maybe your own parents unintentionally from your parents or some shit like that.
Yeah, but as an adult, you got to undo some of that damage yourself.
Yeah.
You got to find ways to sort of do therapy.
I'm gonna go on a weird tangent, but do you know how the MLP, how popular MLP is among middle-aged men? Yeah. MLP is also a nice, fascinating study. At least early brownie were. Because what happened is, like, I hear people, I've seen people, like, talk about, it's like, that the early brownieism started as, like, a 4chan thing, as, like, non-ironic. Like an ironic thing. But then people started critically watching the episodes, and they're like, oh, this is nice.
That is a thing where some people, there'll be like a group of people that like pretend to take something seriously, but it'll attract enough attention that other people will start actually taking it seriously, like completely irrelevant of the initial premise. Like it'll just kind of build an actual following from there. So I can definitely believe that.
You know, if bronies didn't exist, the Bluey fandom probably wouldn't have been controlled. That's all I'll say. Cause
What the hell's the Bluey fandom?
the Bluey fandom, say in quotation marks. Bluey is like, I feel like it has a lot of the makeup of like what bronies initially had, but you know, it didn't go to an extreme because we have bronies as a reference. Yeah, then you have the very weird side of bronies.
There'll always be weird people in any hobby or community, though.
It's so funny, if you have like a cute little Scrimblow type of fan base, the fan base is gonna be fucked. It's gonna
Mario fans are fucked.
Furries meet bronies, but if 4chan like. Degenerate is such a degenerate as a word is very gotta be careful with that one. Because I would gatekeep a lot of 4chan people from like my stream or my chat, but or at least / poll people and all that.
They may not fuck, but they're fucked.
Ugh.
Well, I mean, when would you describe someone that's like misogynist or racist to degenerate?
Yeah, but degenerate implies like something along the lines of like,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
it's like bad for your society. And it's been used as like a weapon against progressives for a long time. But Tenkle calls people degenerate males, and she's being a TERF.
The T in TERF stands for Tenko.
I mean, she's being like a TERF. Well, not a TERF specifically, but she does have like the rhetoric of what TERFs usually say. Which is like, women are the best and only the best. It's kind of a reflection, like an opposite of like misogyny, but from like a different angle. Like typical white male misogyny is, you know, men are the best and shit like that, but you know, radical like TERFy type of pro women is kind of a reflection where it's like women are the best and then men are awful, when the answer is you both need to shut the fuck up and let people be good.
Honestly?
Because if you devalue both genders like that, then you're really just putting people both sides down. You could say the word degenerate got a definition change because of the internet. Yeah. kind of like how literally changed, and well, I mean, words are gonna change throughout time. It's fine. You know. If a word doesn't change, then you know it'll never be used really.
That's not true.
It'll be used by scholars, but
That's also not true. Like the word "the" hasn't changed in a long time.
yeah, that is fair. Okay. How about this one? An absolute is never right.
To say that language evolves naturally so that it has to evolve in order for it to exist, I think is kind of pigeonholing it, because that means it's forcing evolution. Isn't that Darwinism? Darwinism of language?
Okay, but I'm moving it from this one because I agree. I'm agreeing, but I'm bringing up the point that
Let's get this done and dusted.
My point, I guess, is I feel like no one can predict the future, which is an ironic thing to say when playing Xenoblade, but I feel it's a very important point to make talking about like these kinds of things. When talking about progressivism in general, progressivism is about moving things forward and having like a positive goal, but you shouldn't be moving things forward for the sake of moving things forward necessarily. You should be moving things forward for the sake of positive change. If you catch my drift.
yeah.
So like, you shouldn't be like, well, every word's meaning is gonna change, because that's just how language works. If it doesn't, we'll make it change. It's like, no, you should. It should be allowed to naturally happen, unless there's like extreme cases like degenerate, in which case that's when you should like moderate it.
I brought up the argument, like not the argument, but I have this like this bullet point kind of concept in my head where not like any type of absolute is false. So if someone says the easiest way to crack like a lie is when someone says like this is never true, like, you know, or like bronies are always awful people, and when they say that, they're always, you know, like they're zeroing it in a binary concept, removing the gradient of like nuance. And you know, that's the easiest way to open up an argument, is to be like, well, no, you just removed all the nuance because you just put it like in a box.
Yeah, hyperbole is pretty dangerous for that reason. But so absolutism technically doesn't exist, because everything that humans, like just talking in the grand scheme of things, all human knowledge is just made up shit, right? Math, for example, is like literally
like money.
Yes, money is also made up. Math is it's humans attempting to describe in the most specific way possible, right? So like addition, subtraction, division, quantum theory, geometry, calculus, it's all just shit that humans made up because it seems to correlate with what we call laws and facts. It seems to be consistent, and we seem to be able to build off of it. 2 + 2 is 4 as far as we know, but it's very possible that we could find, it's possible that never changes, but it's also possible that we find something in math that completely undermines everything we know at a fundamental level, and it changes the way we look at math, and math evolves into something else.
That's how true science, you know, works, is that like this is the law, but that's only because we haven't experiments like the rest of it. Like, this is what we know for now, asterisk.
Yes, that all science and math. All science and math is that, whether people want to realize or admit that or not. So the funny thing about that, though, is that all knowledge, in like any way, is also all made up, and it's all just kind of humans floundering about and trying to make sense of it all. So for that reason, what was I going
For that
with
reason, I will now attempt to jump to Mars, because all logic is bad.
No. I think I was talking about absolutism.
Yeah, I was talking about absolutism.
So you technically, because nothing is certain, how the fuck do you like believe in anything, right? What facts do you use versus what you don't use? Well, that's where you use the concept of Occam's razor, where you basically, stuff that is almost completely 100% most proven, or not 100%, but like 99% proven, right? There's always a shred of doubt, but it's pretty much there. So you're like, you know what? Remove the doubt that's pretty much unnecessary, and I'll go forward with this. And everyone does that in their lives. Humans do that in civilization. Like, that's pretty much what our society's culture, that's history, that's what it's all based off of. It's all of us going, we have to compromise, so we're going to, but we're going to do it as little as possible. So there's always compromise. It's just a matter of asking how much do you want to, what compromise is not worth it, and yeah, I mean, I guess that's pretty much it.
I feel like, let's see, Firewall writes from Kansas. I feel that undermines all the progress that human species have made over the centuries. I mean, it's not useless. It's
so here's the thing.
It's gonna bring context for like whatever God-defying like revelation we make in the future.
Yes, that's exactly the way to look at it. So there's plenty of times that scientists and mathematicians, astronomers, so on and so forth, have made discoveries that later on were basically not disproved. I guess that's a good way of it. But it wasn't just that they were disproved. It's more like their foundations were built upon. We were able to find out that the sun is at the center of the solar system because we didn't know what was at the center of the solar system. We just assumed it was the Earth based on certain observations. But once we made different observations, we're like, oh, we can narrow it down. It's actually the sun based on, and we know these things now. So it's only disingenuous if you have an ego. If you go in there with an open mind thinking, no matter what I throw at this canvas, at the end of the day, even if the picture is completely changed, things will be built on what I put on it, then you never need to worry about basically being like walked over, because you won't be. You're always going to be contributing to the bigger picture at large.
If you have a canvas and you say you paint, it's like a white, you know, you're working on like paint canvas or whatever. Not like watercolor or anything, just straight up paint. If you're working on that and you paint the whole fucking bitch red, when you go to put like that, like a green layer on, the initial, like depending on how much you layer that green, it'll come out like brown. There's still, that context of the red is still important, and it's gonna take a lot of green and like a lot of new information to really change the view.
All those discoveries and innovations were based on a set of rules that changed very little over the centuries. And it's possible that it's because those set of rules are really solid, and it might be that they can still be used in the future even if something's discovered beyond them. Like, even when you break rules, they don't go away. You can still use them. There's still equations that aren't like 100% accurate, but can still be used to solve, you know, various problems. Because they're really simple and set, and, well, not set, they're appropriate for those problems. So it's just a matter of like recontextualizing the stuff that you do know versus the new stuff. Even our knowledge of those change fundamentals didn't. Well, the bottom line is that I'm not trying to imply like an informational nihilism where like, oh, we don't know anything, we'll never know anything. No, it's more like we're trying our best, but we literally don't know for sure because there's no one to tell how right we are or aren't.
There's no one. We have no way to attack the guy behind the machine that is the universe.
Yeah.
In the instance of like when you're playing a game with a guy that like has played it before, and Philip asks the question, "What happens when I use cool off?" I can say it makes it so you can continue playing the game. He's talking to a guy that's played it and knows what's going on in the system, so then he knows an absolute knowledge about the game. Versus we as humans don't really have that connection with the rest of the universe. We have to just keep making assumptions about how shit works until we start actually looking at the code.
And I don't think bad thing, because humans
are the biggest casuals because they're not looking at the code.
It's not just that they're the biggest casuals. I used the word ego earlier because humans are ego driven. We do things because we want to, because humans want it, right? For the betterment or the advancement or progression or survival or whatever the fuck of humans, but also because it'll make us smarter and it'll make our ancestors smarter, and we want to reproduce, and we just want to do cool shit and enjoy our lives and all this stuff. Sometimes you need to humble yourself, and I think humbling yourself from knowing everything is perfect, because knowledge is like no matter what, knowledge is the perfect thing that humans possess. We have intelligence. we have a way to articulate that intelligence over every other species on Earth. That's what like makes us us, and that's what makes us like the civilization and the complexity that we do. So being able to step away from it and say, yeah, we don't actually know all that shit though, we're just doing our best. It's something truly human about it.
Firewall from North Kentucky says, no, don't worry. I understand that that what you mean. I'm just saying that it feels a little disingenuous when people say we know anything. We don't know everything is the real like statement.
Well, that's the funny thing though about it's possible we don't know anything, because despite how seemingly not rigid, despite how seemingly and how constant some of the rules that we have that fit across all these different, you know, math and social stuff and language, like it could be that we discover something. Okay, imagine it like a physical level, right? We can only go so small. I think the smallest physical thing we know in the universe is quarks, and then quarks make up particles, and particles make up atoms, and you know, atoms make up so on and so forth. Intelligence is very broad. I think sapience is the better word to describe humans.
What's sapience?
You get what I mean.
What's sapience? I want to learn this one. That sounds like a fun word to use. Hold on. Look up sapience.
But basically, we could discover something that's in quarks. It's possible. It's fucking possible. And it's possible that we could discover something that, like, totally changes the way we count math from, like, 0, 1, and 2. Because we just understand math that much differently at a fundamental level. That's kind of what I mean. That's what I mean when I say we don't know anything, quote-unquote. In all actuality, we know quite a bit. But I guess the best way to say it is, for all we know, we don't really know exactly how we should look at all the stuff we know, right?
Sapience is an old French word that comes from the Latin sapienta, taste, good sense, intelligence, or wisdom. The Proto-Indo-European root is sep, to taste or to perceive. Definitions of sapience: the ability to apply knowledge or experience or understand or common sense and insight. From vocabulary.com. Neat.
Sick. I need to go down.
Great wisdom around judgment. Okay.
Go down. Oh no. Jesus
Not
Christ.
doing too well.
Stay strong.
I don't have much sapience for this mine shaft. Where the fuck are we going?
You mean patience? Well, I'm trying to go down to basement 2 because there's unexplored territory to the west. And also, I mean, there's that ether thing, but I don't need it necessarily.
I know the thumbnail I need to make for this fucking stream.
Oh, I need to go lower than that.
I need to take I need a picture of the mine shaft, and then I'm gonna like put like 2 of the Wojaks sitting on their brains chair.
Do it.
Just in there.
Just yeah, us having this fucking conversation while playing Minecraft in Xenoblade. Yeah, that's exactly where I want to be.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's, rock and roll McDonald's.
There's a rumor going about that the Five Nights at Freddy's movie is going to be 3 hours long.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it gonna have a floor lecture halfway through or something?
I hope so. Oh man. I'm trying to say is that we have a lot of non-human creatures on Earth that we consider intelligent, but we don't hold them at the same standards as an actual human. That's true. You know.
It's just because they haven't done the shit that we have done.
Sorry.
But it doesn't necessarily mean anything. We simply judge things based on human-based. Where the fuck did that send me? Oh, to this warp point. Man, where the fuck do? All right, hang on. Where the fuck do I go?
We don't have much sapience for this room. We don't have much of an understanding.
I think I need to go
down
here, Do I need to go down?
You need to go down. You need to go down.
Okay.
Just saying.
So I've got past that. Okay, this is where I need to go. So just go down. Got it.
Down is the direction.
But yeah, humans' understandings of things are typically very human-centric, so we judge things based on how they compare to us.
I wonder if we'll ever get, you know, like signs of an animal, like
Motherfucker.
gaining sapience or whatever. That'd be nuts. Although, for you know, when I was reading Sapiens, I was like, does that mean like sapien, like, you know, derived humans, like Homo sapien? So like it'd be like
No, I think
knowledge.
I imagine that like sapiens is where, like Homo sapien probably derives from sapien actually.
I expect to find myself on /r I'm 14 and this is so deep in the next couple of days. I feel like those people probably don't have an ounce of joy in their lives. Can you imagine, you know, it's like if you moderate a board mocking people for having, you know, some insight or some shit, then I feel like you kind of close the door of trying to, you know, have them evolve a bit.
Well, I think there's a very big difference between someone having insight and being able to appreciate it, and someone having insight and having a very, like, an idea about themselves, which I think is what the board is probably trying to ultimately mock.
That's true.
Pretentiousness.
That's true. I have to disclaimer because I've never visited it.
I haven't either, but I have to assume that's what it's about.
Do you like wine? Hello, viewers. Do you like wine? Do you like drinking caviar and wine? Come discuss science near the fireplace. Oh, I gotta fucking reload the audio. Yeah, but it's not really insight. It all boils down to people think they're always the smartest person in the room.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Now, if the subreddit was about, you know, mocking people having, like, simple, almost naive observations, like noticing simple things that should be, you know, like, second nature, but being blown away by them just because they have kind of like a childlike wonder about them, or they're, as William is saying, wondering, evolving, learning, that would be fucked up. But that's usually not what that stuff's about. It's usually more about literally just mocking people for being arrogant and
And stream dying because it's thinking too hard.
brainstorm.
Just completely fuck over, like, OBS.
Do you think someone's made a GIF where it just has like the words like brainstorm over it, and it's just the raining brain from Shark Boy and Lava Girl, but like sped up? The kind of people that unironically think of the Rick Sanchez. I think I'm going the right way now. All we had to do was start talking about Rick and Morty.
And then my brain expanded.
And then I got smarter somehow. Or somehow.
Yeah, holy shit.
What the fuck happened?
It's so bad.
Why?
Why is it so bad? Goddamn, I'm trying to reduce quality.
How do I, and fuck. How do I make them focus? I don't remember how.
Left trigger. Like left bumper, sorry. I keep forgetting bumper and trigger. And then, there's one battle commands. Actually, no, it's right bumper. And then, then while holding it, it's like a toggle. And
Well,
then
they're both hitting this now, but you know what? For the sake of practice, we'll just tell them to focus that one.
so yeah, you hold it like it's a toggle, and then you use the appropriate command on the D-pad.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you, chatters, for having these meaningful, fucking stupid conversations with us as we enfeeble ourselves in the mind.
The mine craft.
I'm impressed. We started talking about, like, you know, basically like functions of and boxes of gender and how they apply to many things, including Xenoblade. And we wound up at Five Nights at Freddy's and Rick and Morty.
Five Nights at Freddy's! Is William Afton real? William Afton will be real.
William, are you Afton?
In a period of 5 seconds. Speaking of political science, probably shouldn't pay for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie if you're gonna interact with it. Go if you can see it for free.
Who's making it?
Well, it's not the people. It's more like it's a property owned by what's his fuck, Scott Cawthon.
Ooh, Mr. Cawthon.
Oh, Mr. Cawthon, how could you be so fucking...
Have you ever had that feeling in a discussion when you say something and then immediately after you think that you said the stupidest thing on earth? Is that an absolute, William?
Is that an absolute?
What are you? Is this a joke or are you feeling that way? Are you asking if one of us felt that way?
The stupidest thing on the earth. The statement is that an absolute William. is that
an absolute William? That's the proper noun. That guy just fell out. Hey man,
Mechon M84.
Let's do this.
could have been an M86. Could be worse.
Things are really heating up. My rifle's getting hotter.
I'm feeling it.
I was just wondering. Yeah. I've definitely felt, I mean, I think everyone has had like a discussion, an argument, a debate, just all kinds of things with like, oh, I have a point, and they bring it up, and people are like, actually, that was the worst fucking thing you could have said. Or people are much more well informed about it than you are, and they like grill the shit out of you, and you're like, oh, I shouldn't have said it. Apparently, it was very ignorant.
No, that's fine.
I think everyone's had the embarrassing.
I feel like, you know, as long as you don't make it to be rude to another person, because you know, if you want people to learn, you don't want to demean them, and if you demean them, then they're not going to think highly of the experience.
Medium rare.
So
it's true. I think you might be right in that it might say as much about the person as it does about the topic being discussed.
So why some people don't like Neil deGrasse Tyson is even though he brings up like a lot of good scientific points,
He could be an asshole about it.
yeah, and people don't want to be demeaned when they're learning stuff, you know, when they want to experience human knowledge.
That's kind of the pomposity that I was referring to knowledge in like the sciences and stuff, though, and how it's like it's a lot better to be humbling and be like, well, yeah, we have all this information, but I mean, what more is there? Like, what more can we learn? How much do we actually know? Instead of being like, well, if you don't accept the fact that global warming happens because of these circumstances, you're fucking stupid. I don't mean global war. Wrong example.
If you don't,
I'll take that L.
if you don't accept what 2 + 2 = 4, you're a fucking moron. Oh my god. I mean, that does bring up a point of like when you're trying to educate people about the heating of the planet and the huge fluctuations of change in the environment because of different like different terribly held
Shulk, it's all right.
different terribly withheld systems within the planet that continually cause damage to the planet's atmosphere. You don't want to then go on and be like, you're a fucking moron if you don't understand why ExxonMobil is evil. Because then people are gonna be like, I hate that guy, and then I hate that guy that talks shit about ExxonMobil. And I'm never gonna, I'm gonna stick on the side of ExxonMobil. I hope they don't lobby behind my back.
Kill blast. Shulk, you're gonna be all right. It's probably a better Better to be like, it's okay to like dislike someone if they are like basically harming people, advertently or inadvertently, including because of their beliefs. Like that's pretty understandable. You're just being a decent human being, and they're not, and a little fucked up. But aside from that, yeah, it can get a little out of hand if you're not careful.
Hi, Philip.
Thanks.
Excellent gamer.
We're getting all these cylinders. It's pretty cool. Wait, is this where I'm supposed to go? Or is there more? Let's check the map.
The frame rate is still dying.
I imagine there's something in there.
Why is the frame rate like this?
Well, what's south? We'll find out. Hang on. Let's go in here first.
I like how it says, you know, no drop frames until it does the fact that the frame rate's dropping.
My glasses. Can't see without my glasses.
Okay, so O itself isn't dropping frames, but the pro, you know, that's encoding and shit, you know, trying to capture the video, that's dropping frames.
That's weird.
Very cool. So if I start wiggling, oh no, oh look, it looks like OBS is dropping frames.
I also feel like some teachers do expect from you to have a bare minimum understanding of the subject matter. Okay, so let's talk about this for a second. This is a perfect example, and I think that my my brother actually nails this point. So basically, there can be different levels of teachers, right? That's kind of what like different classes in school and college are. There's like basically there's like beginning, intermediate, advanced, and really advanced levels of classes, and you're supposed to do them in a certain order. That's why there's prerequisites and like, you know, required credits and all this other shit, because they want you to be able to go to a certain point in a subject or whatever. But for the most part, teachers are humans, and so despite the fact that a lot of them aren't treated very well by society at large, including the government,
Being paid.
just their general livelihood, really.
Yeah.
They're just not rewarded as well as they should be. Okay, now I'm confused, because is this the right way to go?
No, you have to go to the bottom, but you'll be using that to escape.
Okay, so I just unlocked this for now.
Yeah.
Can I use it?
I don't know, can you?
No. But when, okay, I gotta stop for a second, because I gotta talk about this for a second. This is a personal anecdote. Warning. I used to really love by the fact that if someone said, like, okay, you ever about like movie, and they talk about like Star Wars, and you're like, oh, I've never seen Star Wars. And you ever have that you've never seen Star Wars?
Yeah.
I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That kind of shit. Where, oh my god, you've never experienced. They make you an asshole for it. Everyone's life is different. Everyone does different things. I did not watch as many movies as a lot of my peers because I was fucking Minecraft, doing Rubik's Cube shit, and listening to music.
I was a zoomer.
I was a zoo. I could have watched a lot of movies because I did watch some, and my parents really into movies. Constantly invited me throughout the week. So I very easily watched some good ass movies, gotten some good experience with them, but I chose to. And in some ways, I regret that. And in some ways, because I spent my time doing things that I enjoyed, but I feel like I could have spent a little more time with my parents and things, and it could have been a cool experience. But point is, there's these things of like cultural relevance, right, that a lot of people expect you to know. It could be movies, or it could be celebrities, it could be events, or things that happen in the news. It could be something as simple as the weather. It could be something as complicated as a fucking conspiracy. Like there's all these kinds of things that, like, for whatever reason, people will judge you for not knowing. They'll expect you to know them. If you don't, there's this weird stigma behind it. And they're like, oh my god, you have to watch this. Oh my god, you have to listen to this. You have to play this. You see this. And there's some people that will like never let you know the end of knowing, or of not knowing something. Now, when the way that you really should approach that is if someone like hasn't seen Star Wars, you're like, oh fuck, Star Wars is a really good movie series. You now have an opportunity to watch it the first time, and heck, I can now see you watch it for the first time, and that'd be pretty cool. And that's a pretty humbling thing, is to be able to like have someone play through a thing that you enjoy or watch a thing that you enjoy or something like that for the first time, and you being there with them, because you're not physically there with them, you can, you know, be up on their progress, and you can be like, oh my god, you're watching Breaking Bad for the first time? It's a good show. How are you liking season 4 and shit like that? Oh, you haven't played Xenoblade? You're in the mines? That's pretty cool. Like, you shouldn't shun people. You shouldn't shit on people for not doing things. You should encourage them to do more things, because everyone has a different life experience. So yeah, that's just a big pet peeve of mine. And that can apply to thing when you're being taught. If you want to learn something, or you want to get into something, whether it be like a hobby, fucking rabbit hole, doesn't matter. There are some people that will judge you for not knowing like the basics a video game or a series or a genre or an activity. Like, man, if I've never played basketball before and I have to learn how to dribble, don't fucking mock me, because then I'm not going to want to play basketball with you or anyone. But if you're like, oh, well, here's how you dribble, and you move forward and you let me like have an open mind and a learning experience, then I'll want to play basketball. It's as simple as that. It vastly depends on how much experience you have with the subject matter in the past. If you study the subject for 6 years, it is expected of you to have at the very least some service level knowledge. But if it's something you've never encountered in your life before, the no stupid question bullshit needs to drop. Yeah, it's just... it's a very contextual thing, but people are very bad about gauging that kind of context. Like, people make assumptions about people all the time, right? People judge people all the time. And I think that they can be harsh, and this is where that kind of thing can kind of stem from, this kind of like selfish, you know, self-contained bubble thing, where people have to be like you, and they have to know and like the things that you do, and if they don't, that's cringe, that's bad, that's unknown, and I don't like that shit. So it's a red flag. If people do that, fuck them.
Don't hang on with them.
For example, should people judge you for not knowing H2O is water? No, because congratulations, you now know probably your first chemical compound. You want to learn more? As opposed to H2O is water, you dumbass. Don't you feel good now?
Don't you feel great? That makes you feel so good.
I'm gonna drown in H2O. Sorry, tangent over. Xenoblade's back. I don't think I can ride this. I can ride it. It doesn't look like it will activate. Damn it.
Fuck.
Oh, wish we had that still.
You don't mind if I just fucking close OBS and reopen it? It's being shitty.
Guys, we'll be right back. You won't miss anything. I'm just gonna go around this elevator in a circle. H2O is water, dumbass, is how I thought chemistry, in all honesty. Well, you know. Oh, how I was taught chemistry. Reopener, I hardly know her.
Yeah, OBS is just fucking dying and hating itself. Oh, we do have drop frames. We have 120.
It's gonna be fun because I have to run on this thing and see if I can get back on the... There's no fucking way. Yeah, that's a shame. I have to wait next cycle. Where am I? Is this the start? No, it was just the last warp point I found, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna reopen OBS. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna stop it for a second, okay? I'll be right back. Because OBS is hating itself. And where's the B screen? Where is it? I know I have an intermission screen. It's in here. There it is.
Internet died, Lamel.
That's not what happened. Oh my god. Oh fuck.
I'll say clip. Oops, wrong one. We'll watch it later.
Alright, hold on, BRB.